Yeah, what do you want?
You
Alexander
have a
promises
different
him-
mustache.
Excuse me. My name is Alexander.
Are you a
The owner of
chef
the
or a
bookshop in the
sailor?
village told me you might be able to help me. I hear you used to run this ferry for the islands. I'd like to talk to you if you have a moment.
You say old Allie sent you? I can't see why. The ferry's not running, you know.
I understand. I'd just like to talk to you about the islands if you don't mind.
I just
Well,
need some
I guess it'll be
exposition
all
for this
right
part of the
if Allie
game.
sent you. Well, don't just stand there. Come on inside.
Don't worry, this beginning part of the game, there's just a lot of talking. Once we get later in the game, there's going to be more action.
What is it
It's
you
just
wanted to talk about,
all the
young
exposition
man?
right now.
That'll be hot pixel action. The farther we
I'm a visitor to these islands. I'd like to learn what I can about the area.
Well,
So
first
you
of
said
all,
outside.
stay away
What
from
is
the
it you
red
want
light
to know?
district.
Well, for one thing,
Don't drink the
why
dragon's
has
breath.
the island's only ferry been dry docked?
Because I'm lazy.
It just ain't safe to sail these days.
Well,
What
with
with the
all the-
islands feuding and all.
and all those
Wazir
kids swimming
Al-Hazred
around.
had ordered the ferry closed
The
till
Katy
things settled
Perrys
down.
and the Taylor
Me,
Swifts.
I don't think she'll ever see water again.
Seawater. Get it? Seawater.
But why are the islands feuding?
You got me. Something about stolen property or some such thing. 'Tis a real shame. Things used to be so friendly.
You don't say "'tis a real
Then this
shame" in
unrest
that
is
voice.
recent.
That's totally a pirate
A few
phrase.
years is all, but it's been long enough.
Tis a real shame.
Perhaps if the ferry were repaired.
This old thing? This ferry's been out of water so long she's no longer even seaworthy. Her boards have dry rot. She'd fall apart at the first taste of seawater.
But surely you could take a tugboat.
There must be
I saw
some way
one
to
by
get
the
off this
farm.
island.
I can take a tugboat.
There's only
And
one
don't call
other
me
way to
Shirley.
travel that I know of. A magic map. The owner of the pawn shop can tell you more about
Only
that than I
one
can.
way.
This is it. This is your only way to do it. Not like, you know, a raft or like a bridge. The magic map.
Tell me more about the ferry.
I don't care about the
Remember when I
ferry.
used to ferry Queen Ilaria and Princess Casima themselves. There was no thought of danger back then.
In fact, people
They
just
used
jumped
to go
off the
visiting
edge just
care
to
for the
die.
needy.
People
No
didn't
thought of
think at
danger.
all.
Friendly relations between the islands.
And suddenly the music is in your face.
I remember their last trip. Things had started getting nasty by then, and when they came back aboard, I gathered that the Queen and the Princess had been received a bit coldly.
Princess tried to drown herself,
Princess
but
Casima
luckily
was such a
Leonardo
pretty
DiCaprio
thing,
was
and she
there
was
to save her.
terribly upset. But who could be
Use
spreading
my
these
body as a
lies,
life
she asked the
raft.
Queen, but the Queen had no answer.
The Queen liked screwing with the princess's brain.
What do you do now that the
It's
ferry
not
no
how I
longer
thought you were gonna
operates?
finish that sentence.
What?
Me?
Nothing.
I'm out of a job. The job my ancestors have held for generations. I'm the
I'm
only
a
one
plumber.
trained to avoid the reef and the rocks.
Basically,
That
you
knowledge
just sail
does me
around
good
them. It's
now.
really not that much of a training
Is there no
job.
other boat on the island? One that might be more seaworthy?
Yeah,
Boats don't last long on these shoals.
there's only
as you
one
may have
boat. It's been
found out
christened
if you
the
got here
SS
by ship.
Magic
You
Map.
can be quite sure that this old ferry is, or was, the only craft on the island.
Wait, what about those lifeboats that he put all of his dudes in? Are they dead now?
Tell me
Yes.
more about Princess Casima.
Please don't spare the
Ah,
details.
Such a beautiful child, and so pure of heart. Why, a contrary thought has never crossed her mind.
Yeah. She's
Her
puppies
mother
and
was the
kittens.
same. The king and queen, they served the islands, not the other way around. Always thinking about the people.
Everybody's great.
They are sorely missed.
Everything is awesome.
How come? Yeah, never mind. I guess it's a fairy tale game. Everything's black and white.
What else can you tell me
I
about
withdraw
the
my
land?
question that I didn't even say.
Let's see. The
About
Isle of
time.
Wonder's a lovely spot. A bit crazy, mind you. Gotta have a good sense of humor to enjoy a tour there.
So you're not allowed.
What else can you tell me about the land?
The Isle of the Beast is pretty, but unfortunately, you can't get very far onto the island.
But why would that be?
'Cause you have to solve the adventure game puzzles to get farther in the island.
Oh,
What
I
else
see.
can you tell me about the land?
The inhabitants of the Isle of
Come
the
back.
Sacred Mountain are the most gorgeous creatures you'll ever see. If you ever get to
Are
see
they
them,
harpies like those hideous harpies from the last game?
The most gorgeous harpies you've ever seen.
In the
What else can you
universe.
tell me about the land?
The Castle of the Crown sure is a beauty. She's the finest palace ever built, I'll warrant.
Everything is the best ever in this place. It's great. There's nothing bad ever.
Toilets, the best.
Also, toilets.
They're the best.
You can get some great Chinese food at the Castle of the Crown.
It's the best.
You could maybe even get a nice massage from the Isle of the Beast.
That is also the best.
It got 5 stars on Yelp.
What?
You heard me.
But I didn't understand you. Which
Has it brought you much
hence
luck?
the confusion.
As you can see, my luck's been out for some time now, despite that old charm.
The Luck is the name of my old
Why
boat.
don't you
It's
take
been
it
out
with
for
you?
some time.
Perhaps giving the darn thing away will bring me good fortune at last.
Well, and it's also the only thing
Perhaps
you
it
can pick up
will
in this
affect-
room because it's
Thank you.
brightly colored. Well, let's get out of this pointless jam.
Well, I think I'll be going
Pointless
now.
jam.
Thanks for allowing me into your home.
Well, now,
Gosh,
so now we
not
know
at
about
all.
the
It breaks
4
the
islands.
boredom, if you know what I mean.
If you know what I mean. All right, so there's the Isle of Crown we're on. There's the Isle of Wonder, which is wondrous. The Isle of the Beast, which you can't get very far in, and the Isle of the Sacred something, which has got beautiful creatures on it.
No, that's just where it's just where Sports Illustrated, shoots the pictures for their magazine.
Oh, right. That makes the most sense. All right, so he said the SS Magic Map was owned by Hermes in here. So let's give him. Uh-oh.
Good day.
Good day.
Good day, you horrible green snake.
Alexander takes a mint.
Oh, I got a mint, by the way. Because mints exist in this fantasy world. just got some lifesavers on the counter.
If you use prestidigitation, you can make your cookies smell like mint.
So we've got Sparkly Guy here.
Good day, sir.
The old man just glares at Alexander and does not reply.
What a jerk.
Gives him a good shake, but he just fizzles and dies.
Alright, so let's get this magic map.
Excuse me, merchant, but the ferryman mentioned that you might have a magic map of the land of the Green Isles.
Why have you not used it to get yourself
Why,
out of this
as a matter
hellhole?
of fact, I do.
Ferryman's
I keep it
dope.
under the counter. It's been gathering dust so long that I nearly forgot about it. It was quite a few years ago, you see. The estate of a wealthy wizard fell into my hands when he died. It was useless magical junk mostly, which reminds me, I've still got some things of his in the back that I need to dump out.
It was all cat cookies and
Anyway,
rose petal
The
essence.
magic map was the
chamber
one
pots.
true treasure in the lot. The wizard was quite old and feeble, and had enchanted the map to aid in traveling. It is
So
said
is this actually
that
the
one
same
need
magic
only
map?
desire to be on an island depicted on
Going
the
to
map
find out.
find oneself
Who's,
there.
who is this wizard and where did they live?
It is a very valuable
I'm very
map,
curious.
as you can imagine.
It's like, it was a
Unfortunately,
random wizard.
No one is interested in
Maybe
traveling
he was
these
just a
days.
random wizard,
It is far
Jeffrey.
too dangerous with the current state of the kingdom.
Suspend your disbelief, man.
What would you take for
Suspend
the
your
map?
face.
Ooh.
I would normally want something
what?
magic in
No.
return. But since I am hardly overrun with prospective buyers,
I will take
would
an
be willing to
Xbox.
take anything of equal value in exchange.
Or maybe a bag of cocaine. Do you know any owls? Chat says, just say mischief managed when you're done using the map.
Nice.
Alright, so the only thing we have of value that he'll trade for the map is our ring, so we've got to do that.
Would you be willing to take my family ring in exchange
So he's
for the
pawning
magic
his family ring. Yes, this is happening.
Daventry, are you a king
For
then?
a quote-unquote magic map, if you know
Wait.
what I
map?
mean.
That's my father,
Art
King
thou a
Graham.
king then?
I'm just Alexander.
Well,
This end
Prince
was I
Alex,
born.
she
Sorry,
is
I'm
a
not
beautiful
gonna
ring.
continue
What?
further.
Are you sure you can part with such a
He said the
unique
line.
family heirloom?
Art thou a king then?
The
Oh, I
ring
got that
does
part.
mean a lot to me.
But,
didn't
you know,
always have a
magic
family,
maps.
Still, it is only gold. There are more important things at stake now.
Like, I want to
Then
see
you
the
now
Isle of
own
the
a
Beast.
magic map, Prince Alex.
Hot
I will
chicks.
keep your ring
Hot
out of sight for a few
chicks.
days. If you find anything else of great value in your travels, you can come back for your ring. I would hate
shop
to
at
see it
great
melted
value.
down for gold.
I have a rabbit's foot.
And a
Does that work?
warning about the map. It will only operate when you are out in the open and within sight of the sea. The limitation has something to do with the
With
teleport spell
video
ingredients.
game
You might try the
limitations.
beach.
Thank
Insert jargon
you. You were
here.
very kind. And I'll remember about
Are you
the
even
map.
paying attention?
I am.
Hold on, something's happening.
Suddenly, the old man in the concealing cloak sneaks past Alexander, and with a sneaky dart of his hand, steals a mint from the candy jar.
I just realized my breath was terrible. Sorry to interrupt.
The old man stuffs the mint into his mouth and wobbles unsteadily out of the pawn shop.
Now time to go make out with the lamb seller.
It was a poisonous mint.
Seconds later, in the castle, goofy music.
I followed Prince Alexander as you wished.
Oh, great.
From
We've got
the
Goofy the
pawn shop
genie.
owner. He just abstained, just reprieved. He just got a magic map.
Are you sure we didn't want to do text? Are we sure we still want this
You
speech?
fool. You've been eating those mints
No,
again.
that-
I ordered you to stop that.
Why are you doing it in my portrait studio back here?
Yes,
Listen,
master.
chat chose
What
a
is this about
dialogue,
a magic
so
map?
we're stuck with it. For
Hey.
good
map.
or for ill.
Prince Alexander could travel anywhere as quickly.
What'd you just say?
Quickly as I can.
Hey.
I thought I took care of the only means of travel. By my scimitar. I can't have him stirring things up now.
Scimitar is a
Go
slang word.
buy my
Hold
scimitar.
yourself And listen carefully, Shamir. Go to
His
the
name is
other
Shamir,
islands
now we
and
know.
Tell them
Go to the islands and tell them to stuff it. Anyway.
I mean, cram it. I mean, shove it.
One thing real quick, if you leave and come back, then this guy's like, oh, here's all this wizard crap. I don't need anymore.
Alexander sorts through the odds and ends that the pawn shop owner dumped into the pot. Magic exploding gum wrappers,
Ooh.
a shattered crystal ball,
Ooh.
a cracked wand.
Ooh, are you gonna say it to everything?
Maybe. A cracked
On the bottom,
thumb? Wait,
Alexander
what?
finds a little glass bottle labeled ink. It appears to be empty, but Alexander decides to
No,
take
the
it
lamp
anyway.
seller just
You
wanders
never know
off
when a
after a
small bottle
while.
will come in handy.
Presumably because he was making out with the genie, but, you know.
What?
You really aren't paying attention, are you?
I'm kind of listening.
Okay, so...
I'm doodling. You're the player.
I
I'm the doodler.
Okay, so we've got a...
Alexander's carrying a little ink bottle. It appears to be
So it was an entire, like, junky magic stuff, and he decides to take the one thing that isn't actually magic. So...
Hey man, magic comes with a price, dude.
Yes.
According to Brandon Sanderson, since you're always quoting him in my face.
Look, there's a bird.
a nightingale perches
Way
on a
to
high
change
branch
the subject,
of the
Jared.
tree.
Everybody
She
makes
sings
out
the
behind the
most
scenes in
beautiful
this
song
game.
Alexander has ever
Sir Watts,
heard.
you missed the love poem reading, which I was sad about because I wanted to hear a Alexander love limerick coming out of that poem, but
Alexander has a love poem from
we're not going to read it again.
So I didn't read it the first time.
It was basically like, why am I so in love? Because I saw someone pretty, but it took a lot longer to say. Anyway, so there's a nightingale in this tree, so if you play a nightingale for
And
it...
what is it that makes my heart feel woozy? Only thou, my dear sweet Susie.
Alexander winds the mechanical nightingale and places it on the ground.
Now I have a boyfriend for you,
The mechanical
nightingale.
nightingale sings
See,
a
everybody's
sweet,
in
tinny
love in this
tune.
game.
The real nightingale in the tree cocks her head and listens intently. The nightingale flies to a lower branch
they make their
looks
mating
at
sound.
Alexander closely, as if she were deciding that this human might not be so bad.
This human's alright, I guess.
You know, he's okay.
Well, that's all you do with the nightingale. Now we're friends. Anyway, let's take a look at this magic map that's been built up for so long. You ready?
Alexander pulls out his magic
Probably a
map.
dis-
If you know what I mean.
What?
I mean, he's pulling out his magic map. Okay, so we got the Isle of the Crown, which we're on. The Isle of the Beast, Isle of the Sacred Mountain, or Isle of Wonder. I will let you, Doodler, decide where we're going first.
The beast.
The Beast!
Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
What it just fizzles and dies.
Something interesting about King's Quest VI is it's got a lot of fun parallels to King's Quest III. I mean, obviously the main character is the same. They also both use magic maps. They also both had like old wizards. Like the slave girl, who's obviously Cinderella, is a reference to Gwydion being a slave boy. Later on, he'll get like a book of magic recipes that he's got to make spells for, just like King's Quest III. There's a lot of
Oh, it's like they're both the exact same game.
pretty much the exact same game, except for all the things that are different. Anyway, here's a boiling pond.
A pond lies across the path. The water boils as if over some magical flame.
Or it could be a natural hot spring.
No,
but, you know,
everything's magic.
okay.
It's all magic. Well, a boiling hot pond that we clearly can't, you know, like jump up on this ledge over here or anything. No.
Oh no.
We've got to walk across the boiling pond. You want to watch what happens?
Yes.
Alexander decides to brave the boiling pond.
Oh no, the bassoon is killing me!
He realizes a deep sympathy for soup vegetables as he learns the true meaning of being in a stew.
I have sympathy for rutabagas. Also, here's your Death Gate again. I think this is a Styx album cover.
Looks like Alexander's in a bit of a stew.
Anyway,
That was kind of snarky.
he's in a bit of a stew. Dying for a drink, Graham? Okay, I'll give you that one.
Alexander
You had to
pulls out
compare
his
it
magic
verbally?
map.
Well, you know, you can. So we can't do anything in Isle of the Beast other than die. So that was a great first choice, idiot.
You're welcome. Hey!
So I just go counterclockwise then, Isle of the Sacred Mountain?
Sounds like
Alexander
a thing
feels a
to
strange
do.
pulling sensation.
He gives it a good shake.
Oh, look, it gave us topography.